This video is brought to you by volunteeraudio.com, your #1 source for all things Harley Davidson audio. From individual radios, speakers, and amps to complete plug-and-play amp and speaker systems, we've got you covered. And once you've ordered your package from Volunteer Audio, it includes lifetime tech support. And we have the very best step-by-step installation video so you can install it yourself and save money. Hello, this is Jay, owner of Volunteer Audio in Oliver Springs, Tennessee. I've got a video we made for you today on how to install the radio, how to do the wire management on the new amplifier you've put in, and how to put a headlight in on a 2015 to 2023 Harley Davidson Road Glide. It's a very detailed video. It's going to walk you step by step and allow you to do what some people would think is a very complicated install, but as you'll see, we'll make this very easy for you. Let's talk about the tools we're going to need as we do this radio install and the rest of this work. We're going to need one tool, a 3/16 Allen head. There'll be a clip here where we use a panel removal tool to remove a little bracket, but it's that simple. Not going to be many other tools needed in this video. So let's get straight to it. As you'll see, we start here in the clip. We're going to set our radio back into our Harley. We've left the 4 bolts just in the factory radio holes. We're going to tighten each one of these with our 3/16 Allen head. Now we're going to start each one before we tighten any of them all the way. That way everything lines up well. Alright, now that we've got our 4th one in, we're going to tighten it all the way down, and we'll move over and snug down some of the other ones before we move on to our wiring here. Alright, so we've added a new amplifier. To make a little room, we're going to relocate a couple of these plugs. Easiest way to do that is remove this bracket so we have a few more places we can put it. That was previously on top of the headlight, but will not go back in now. We're unplugging one of the factory connectors. We're doing this for some wire management, just to be able to move our harness in a position that's in a void that wasn't used for anything, but it's going to make this a lot cleaner install. So you can do a very similar setup when you do your harness install. So this is our amp wiring. We're going to plug it in to the factory radio connector as you see here and lock it in. The other end of this T-harness is very awesome. It just plugs right into the back of the radio. But as you see here, we're going to take that original radio connector and we're going to stick it up in this void under this vent. And now we're going to make sure we plug in those factory harnesses. So there's our front speakers plugged back in along with the connector we just undid. Now we'll take the other side of the T-harness and simply plug it into the back of our radio, rotate that lever, and it's going to lock in. We've got a great connection. That one plug just hooked up everything we needed about our amp except for our power and ground wire, which we'll get to in a minute. Now we're going to plug in our USB, our FM antenna, and our GPS antenna. Each one of these are going to go back into the appropriate holes and snap in place. Here's our power and ground we previously ran up. Just going to plug it in, make sure it goes all the way and that those little locking connectors lock in. That's a weatherproof connector, it's all waterproof. Alright, now we're going to take our amp turn-on wire, it's this blue wire. We're going to route it back up to the top. And you'll see from the factory we have a port here with a little block off in it. Simply going to unplug that and plug in our amp turn-on wire. That's going to turn the amp on when ignition comes on. So here's our backbone connector for our rear speakers. There's one of these on our amplifier. We're going to use it so it keeps our polarity right and just plug up that original wiring harness. Now you're going to see there's a void kind of here in the neck, but we're going to take some of our excess wire, as you see here, and put it in there. Now we're going to unplug a connector over to the side here in a second. First, let's zip tie up what wiring is going to run across to it, just to get us a cleaner install. When wiring is secured up, we have a lot less likelihood of it getting pinched or later on working its way loose from vibrations. So unplug that factory connector. Now you'll see there's another void on that side that you can tuck the extra wire into. Make plenty of room for your headlight to go back in. Now we're going to take a couple zip ties, and as we see necessary, we're going to secure this wiring so that it's not just laying in there. As you see, that's pushed up. It's left us plenty of room to get our headlight back in. Now we're going to take a zip tie cutter and just flush cut each one of the zip ties. Alright, so our headlight's going back in now. We're just going to plug in the original headlight connector. Normally on these there's some adjusters on the bottom, so you want to drop the bottom of the headlight in first. and then rotate the top end where it goes, lining up these alignment pins on each side of your vents. With our 3/16 Allen, we're going to start a couple of these bolts. And we start one on the top, one on the bottom, just to get everything lined up. So we're going to start each one of the bolts, and then we'll go back and we'll tighten them all up once we get them all started and all that. As you see here, there's our amplifier under the radio behind the headlight, and we've got plenty of room to work by routing this wiring to the right locations. Hope this video really helps you with that wire management. You see here, we're just going over and torquing each one of these screws, making sure they're tight. All right, so now we've got our headlight, our radio, and our amplifier in. Everything is plugged in, and we're ready to move on to the next step. So if you were just doing a front system, you just need to move on to how to install the front fairing. If you're using the factory radio, make sure you've already flashed the radio as well. We have a step-by-step video on that. And if you're going to do rear speakers, just move on to the cut-in kit video we have showing you how to install the 6x9s in your saddlebag lids. Or we also have videos showing how to replace those tour pack speakers as well. For all of our step-by-step videos, visit volunteeraudio.com. Right there at the menu, you'll find our step-by-step install videos. You can also see all of our plug-and-play packages and all the Harley audio we have to offer at volunteeraudio.com as well. If you have questions and concerns, maybe you need a little help picking out the right package, give us a call at 1-844-30-AUDIO. Also, comment at the video below, and please like this video. If you like it, it's going to move us up in YouTube standings, it's going to help other people find it, and it's going to really make it easier on them to also upgrade the audio in their Harley Davidson Road Glide. Subscribe to the channel to see other content like this, other step-by-step videos, a lot of our install videos, the amazing walkaways, letting you hear what it sounds like when we're done, as well as new audio as it comes out. We're going to do reviews, we're going to show install videos, and you're going to know the latest right as it happens. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, God bless.